After you have all your IRS information set up for when you make your millions, you're going to go over here to add a new title. Okay? Tell us about the name of your project. Okay? So, what are you going to name your project? So, type in the name. Okay, and so what we want to do when we do our title is we capitalize letters. Way to open a store. Okay, you're going to click paperback because that's what you're publishing. Okay, and then you're going to do get started. Just do the guided way because it's easier. It'll walk you through it. Okay? So, do you have a subtitle? You don't have to have one, but a workbook to help retail businesses open their stores. Right? So in the subtitle, you can give more information. You can use more keywords, okay? The primary author, Virginia. Menendez, right? Okay. So it's not a series, it's not an edition. We're going to do it in English. You just pick today's date as the publication date. Does that make sense? So all you need to fill out is the title, the subtitle. You can't change these, so make sure you do the spelling right. Okay? I would include the words workbook or journal, probably workbook, and retail. You can do your middle initial if you want, a suffix or whatever, and then you're not going to have anything else until you get to the date. Okay? If you had a co-author, you'd add them, or anybody that contributed, but you're not going to. So save and continue. All right, now, here comes the part where you're not going to spend any money. A free CreateSpace ISBN. Remember, we're doing it without spending money. So, this one is $10. These are $100. You're just going to go with the create a free one. Now, if you read all this, it'll tell you that it can only be used through CreateSpace, which is part of Amazon, okay? That makes CreateSpace your book's imprint of record. So it'll reflect that. It'll say you printed it through, you published it through them. And if you ever want to try and move it to someone else, you're gonna have to unpublish it and then start over. So, but this is a one-time thing unless you decide you're really going to do these. So don't worry about it. Just do it. Assign free ISBN. Okay? There you go. Now, can't be changed. Continue. You're doing black and white on white paper. It's a 6x9 journal. Right? Black and white. You do not want to print on color. It will cost more money than people want to pay. On white. Okay? 6x9. You're going to come here. How do you want to submit? You're going to upload a file. Okay? Upload your file and find your file, which we created, right? There's your PDF. Adobe Acrobat. That's why they won't take it unless it's PDF. Okay? So make sure you save it where you can find it as a PDF. All right? That's the one we're going to use. Okay? And then it says run an automated check. You're going to do that. You don't want to pay $199 to talk to somebody. Okay? So now it's going to upload it. and it'll take it a couple minutes. And what'll happen is, so I'm going to tell you the first thing that's going to happen. It's going to tell you, if you use a picture, that the picture is not dark enough. Well, we know that. We're not trying to print pictures that people can really see. We're printing background pictures. That's okay. All right? It may tell you that it's a little outside of the lines. That's okay. Because they will let you look at a proof copy after they've reviewed everything. Okay? So you don't need to worry too much about that right now. Now, if you can get this part done by Thursday, we can do the cover. If you can do this part at home by Thursday, we can do the cover. I can walk everybody through doing the cover on Thursday. Okay? So, Ruby, you should be almost done. You should be done.
I'm close.
I'm very close. Okay.
So can I make like legitimate books that people can read instead of just journals?
The same way? Yes, you can. There's an easier way. I'm sure if you're writing a book, they have programs so that you can upload it as a Kindle and do it that way. It's probably awkward to write a book in PowerPoint, but yes, it's the same basic concept. Once you have it ready for publication, you take it through CreateSpace. Yes, sir. I just saw this great. I subscribed to some crazy email thing. Oh, look, you didn't find any issues. Yours was perfect. You rock, girl. You rock. Woo! Look at her getting down with her bad self. Nice. Okay, and that's because she didn't have any pictures on the inside, right? It was just text. It was clean. So it didn't have to worry about anything overlapping. Yeah, I just read some scary story about some crazy kid back in like the 1600s who was sentenced to be executed at the age of 14 because he was like a crazy murderer. And I was like, now that's a story that should be written. Okay, so you can, if it tells you there's any issues, you can launch the interior reviewer or skip it. Now, I suggest you launch it anyway, okay? Because what it's going to do is it's going to pull this up and show you kind of what your book's going to look like. So we say get started, and then you can just click on this. See, there's your book. Nice. Right? I know, it's like, wow, yeah, good job. I know, we're all like, and so you can just go through and look at each page and be like, gosh, I'm good, okay? So save and continue, and then we go on to do the cover, okay? And they have, okay, so you could do another one, or you can just continue. Now it's going to tell you to do a cover. You will always want to do matte. It just comes out a little easier to work with. Yeah. And build your cover online. Again, we're not paying anybody $400. The color of these, because the color can be changed when we get into the actual format. Okay, the color can be changed. Sorry, Vicki, that's probably easier to see. So now, do you want, so let me show you all the different options. And Virginia, you tell us which one you think would look nice. And we will change the color. What do you think?
You like the last one and another one?
This one?
The first one. The first one.
This one right here? Okay, so it's going to take your picture
and
put the picture all the way across, which you may not like. Okay? This one just puts the picture right here on the front. So does that one, so does that one. It just depends. But we can start with this. Okay? So we're going to use that one. Now watch what it does for you. You pick whichever one you want, and it's going to set up everything for you, and all you need to do is go in and change each element. So, this is where you need to write up your book description. Okay? So we start with, This is the theme we're using, which we could change if we wanted to, but we're not. The title. Okay, you can change, but you've already did the imprint with that title, so you can't change that. Just keep going. Subtitle. The only thing, let me go back up here, that you might want to do is, like on the title, see how it says Virginia's way to open a store? You could do this. And change the way it's laid out. If you like that. Okay? So, when you get to author, there's your name. Now, cover image. Use one of ours or upload. This is where you would be putting your picture in, if you had a separate one. So, upload, we're going to use one. Just click through categories. When you find one you like, click use that image. Okay? So, let's get started. What do we want? We want business and travel.
Yeah, could be.
Let's look at corporate. So, and see how this one would work for you, Luis?
Yes.
Okay. This is all they have, but so maybe this one?
Yes.
Use that image. Okay, so let's see what it does because you're using the whole book as a picture. Oh, actually, it's not that bad. Right?
That's great.
Yeah. See how nice that looks? And it actually laid out pretty cool. So, with the next thing you'll do, so you're going to do next. And then this is where we would put a picture of you. It would go right in here. Okay? Publisher's logo, you don't need one. So you can just take that out. We can even take out the author's photo, so you can't see it. And then, ooh, maybe we will leave it there. I don't like the book. I mean, I don't like the little block. So we'll need a picture of you to put there. And then the back cover text, this is all the stuff we're going to write about the book. Okay,
What
so
about if you don't want to put a picture?
okay, so let's see if we can make it work without a picture. Use this workbook to help your employees open and close your retail store. Handy information for any industry. This workbook is a valuable tool to add to your business. Something like that. Okay? So let's apply that. Let's go back to the author. Let's remove that. And let's see what it does. See? Now, I think what I would do is put it down a little. See if that helps. There you go. Looks a little better, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then, now, we go to next. If you don't like the color, this is where you can change it. Do you like the color? I actually think the color looks pretty good with the picture.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so you keep that, and the font color I think works too. So we do next, next. Everything's been done. Submit. Now sometimes I found it decides you didn't finish everything. So just go back and start over clicking through everything to make sure you've done it all. But what it's going to do is it's going to double check everything to make sure your cover looks right. Once it does that, we send it to Amazon, and somebody in an office somewhere will review it tonight and tell you tomorrow morning. They'll email you and say, yes,
It's a good copy.
everything looks good. You can finish publishing. And that way we can do that Thursday, and you'll be good to go. Okay? Does that help? So that's why your picture, if it's in color, has to be a separate file, not inside the PDF file. Not part of the inside of the book. It loved your cover. Okay, so we're going to make sure that's there. We're going to, look how nice that looks already. And we're going to save. Oh, it's complete cover. It does that all the time. Okay, make sure that the goal is, it says cover finished, upload complete. You're not going to make any changes. Click continue. It's going to show you all of this. Okay, here's all your information. Virginia's way to open a store. It's going to be, there's your ISBN numbers, just like with your textbooks. It's a 6x9 on white paper. There's total 70 pages. That's your file in the middle. It's a matte cover with, we created the whole thing. Here's the important part. Submit files for preview. Submit files for preview. You want to click that. Or not preview, for review, sorry. Submit files for review. And there you are. And we do the rest on Thursday. Okay, so, yep. Files are checked within 24 hours to make sure your setup information is correct and your files are printable. You will be emailed and told. Done and done. On Thursday, we can get everybody else's done. So that we can finish it, finish the final parts of it, because then you'll get the email over the weekend. Does that make sense? So you just do continue, and you're done. We'll do the rest of this, the channels, the pricing, the description, later. We will not publish on the Kindle because it's very hard to write on a Kindle. If you were doing a regular book, you could say, yeah, publish it on the Kindle. Then I could sell it as an ebook and regular.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. And there you are, Miss Virginia. You rocked. It was awesome. Okay.